Calgary is a vibrant and dynamic city with a very strong metal scene. It's also home to the metal band Kobra and the Lotus. We sat down with Kobra Paige of Kobra and the Lotus and we asked her, well, just about everything. In this installment, we ask about releasing a music video as an independent band, their self-titled album, and much more. From your first album, Out of the Pit, you released music videos for Ace of Spades, Snake Pit, Cynical Wasteland, and of course, Ride Like Sugar. As an independent artist at the time, what were some of the challenges that you faced in production of these videos?
Well, the biggest challenge is budget, because you want something that's not going to look totally horrific, but you don't have a lot of money to put into it.
The self-titled album of Kobra and the Lotus had a later release date in the United States than in the rest of the world. We asked Kobra the reason for the delay.
When we signed with Universal, we made a strategy for the whole launch of this album, and we actually didn't sign to anyone in the US, but we signed with people everywhere else around the world. And because we didn't have that label down there, we couldn't. And now, though, we're with Universal in the States. We weren't sure, though, what it was going to be.
Kobra told us all about the production process behind the second album.
We first went to Julius Buddy in Canada. He was in, we were in this little area just outside of a small town called Caledonia. And it's just by Hamilton, and there's nothing out there.
The snake slowly slithers.
We worked with Julius Buddy through 12 songs we worked with Juice. And then that album was taken to Universal, and that's when the signing came forward. And then that launch that should have essentially happened a long time ago never happened, because then we went back in to rework the album when we had Gene chime in and the Universal team chime in, and it was awesome actually to get their input, because they suggested to us, since you guys are a support act level, you maybe consider taking some of the more experimental or slower songs off of the album and really keeping the energy high as possible. And that's what we did. We went back in to the studio, but this time we went with Kevin Churko in Las Vegas, who's also a Canadian, but he's in Las Vegas now. But it was kind of cool. And man, what an amazing experience. We only did 4 songs with him, and one was in-house we created from 5 demos that weren't used. His son actually cut up a bunch of pieces out of different songs that a group of us had written independently, and made Forever One, and that was going to be our single anthem.
EMTV asked Kobra about her thoughts on bands having anthems.
I think it's a great idea. I think actually it's important. I don't know if it's for every style of music. Could be more difficult, if you're growling, it could be a little difficult. But at the same time, you can have just those hooks that people can feel more engaged and connected with, and they feel this unconscious piece of them that wants to just talk and sing with you without them even thinking about it. And that's where the feeling of the brotherhood and feeling of unity comes in.
Kobra and the Lotus had an opportunity to open for Judas Priest. We asked Kobra what this experience was like for her and the band.
Oh man, that was amazing. That was like a dream come true moment. At least that's how it felt for me. I'm pretty sure the whole band felt very honored. I just couldn't believe that it came full circle that way. Because for me, Judas Priest, that's where it started. And it's like the new chapter of us started there again. It was the first big band we got to support. And I just couldn't believe of all the bands, that was the band.
We asked Kobra about the production process for their music videos for their self-titled album.
Welcome to My Funeral. This is a very important video for us because it was the first exposure of the evolution of our sound. And the production on that video was actually sweet because it was this independent director who was young, not that much older than me actually, but she was doing very well, and you never ever guessed that she had the edge in her that she put into the video, because she's just this sweet little blonde, but just with like, I don't know, a dark mind, or she can go there. So yeah, she did this this video with us, and she had a lot of friends come in to help, so it was really fun because it was the first time we had real extras, and we had catering. The guys go crazy for catering, like they'll tell you that's the best part. And it was really, really cool. Then we did Forever One. That was the first release coming from Universal. And they wanted a live performance. So that's what we did. We did a live performance, and we really just wanted to kind of exude the live energy that you would get from us at a show. So that's what that was all about, the introduction to the real band. We really just had a camera on a big boom crane, and we just had it like swinging all the way through, and it was done in these Hermitage ruins that were right outside Toronto. 50 Shades of Evil. I'm not really sure why we did another video. We always think that, you know, it's never bad to have a visual. And that song, that production was so cool. I'm trying to remember her name right now. Oh, Lisa Mann. And she does a lot of Apocalyptica's videos, and that's where I found her, is I really wanted the darkness that was in Apocalyptica's videos. They were very beautiful, but they were very dark. And she just so happened to be Canadian, which I had no idea about. She's very good at making creepy things. So yeah, she just did a ton of things that were done with like cheap tools, like things that anyone could have really, that you just never think of unless, you know, you're an eccentric artist. And yeah, that was awesome.
The band has mostly worked with Canadians throughout their career so far. We asked them if it was coincidental or intentional.
It is. It's actually a fluke, and it's pretty weird how that keeps happening, but kind of cool. Yeah. You know, anyone within their own country, you know, when that person's from their country, you want to put the best foot forward for your artists. And like, she really pulled a lot of favors, and she didn't have to do that, but she just was really stoked on a Canadian band. So she really did a lot of things that she didn't have to, because we didn't have the budget actually to afford Lisa Mann, and she chose to work with us. So that was just that was a blessing.
We asked Kobra to give her advice when it comes to independent artists and music videos.
The more interaction and talk and exposure you can get from people, you should do that. You should do whatever that takes, and this is just another thing that's marketable and people can share. We did it, you know. You just have to try and find the people that will help you, your friends, even your fans, people that believe in you and will help you out, and they'll try their best. And yeah, I think it's a really good idea, though, to try and put one out. Yeah.
Well, that's it for our second installment of our EMTV special on Kobra and the Lotus. Stay tuned for our final installment. Until then, keep it metal.